Hi folks, this is Classic Pauper in the two-man queues. Now, I apologize if my voice sounds a little different. Been battling a bit of a cold, so that will probably explain it. We're on the draw, and this hand is a little tricky. We need at least 3 lands in order to make this work. We only have a temporary source of color. It does offer us an additional card deeper into our deck. However, I think the 2/4 drops and then the lack of color fixing and lack of lands is going to make me mulligan. And this hand I'll definitely keep, and we'll try and keep an untapped land. We don't need the Chromatic Star. We've got one, and we've got the Prophetic Prism. So, see what our opponent's playing. We don't know exactly yet. It could be Kuldotha Boros, could be Affinity, could be a number of different decks. It's looking like Kuldotha Boros. I've had just very limited amount of testing with the deck so far, but I do feel like this should be a pretty good matchup for us. So let's go ahead. The reason I played the Star and the Cliffs is I want to set up my Seagate Oracle for turn 3. So instead of getting the Prophetic Prism guaranteed for turn 2, I wanted to get that guaranteed Oracle, and I'm still going to go with that line of play. I think we can actually go ahead and crack this if we want to get a card deeper. And if I do find a burn spell that kills Skyfisher, I'm more likely just to play Prophetic Prism into the burn spell. And I'm going to play the Prism now because I may draw into an Urza piece. See, and then this is going to allow me to just get a little bit closer to Tron. We're not very close to it, but that's the sequencing that I wanted to do for that turn, and it worked out pretty well. So depending what he does here, we may want to leave up Teachings, or we may want to just go for the Oracle. He's actually going to rebirth us, which is a bit of a problem. We could leave up Teachings for Twin Bolt. We have a couple Twin Bolts in the deck. I actually think I want to do that. And I'll just play some more blue. It represents counter magic a little more if we have all these blue sources for us. I may have hit F4, so I'm going to turn off auto yields. And that's going to resolve. Twin Bolt's not bad here. We get Seagate Oracle and Twin Bolt, which is kind of cool. He's getting backcore Skyfisher. So if I want, I could get Condescend to counter that. I don't really have a lot of mana to do that necessarily, and we're already so far behind on the board that I'm going to go ahead and just grab the Twin Bolt here. And yeah, I guess I'll go Oracle first. Again, we may find another Tron piece with that. And then we have Prism or Land. I think I'll go with the land drop. And now I'll just do this while he's tapped out before he can do anything. And there you have it. So that's going to slow down his aggression here. He does bolt our guy out of the way, and he is going to have Skyfisher up. We're most likely playing Muldrifter next. Wow, another rebirth. Yeah, so this is not the best for us. He's actually just got a super aggressive draw with a big board presence, and that's going to hurt us. It's really going to be painful. I would like to Flame Slash the Skyfisher, but I think we need to try and get deeper into our deck. Maybe we'll find an untapped land. And we do. I'll go ahead and just use the Flame Slash here. They don't tend to have any X4s, so the instant speed of Lightning Bolt should be more of a value for us than the 4 toughness busting of Flame Slash. So we're going to lose another guy. We could be... Okay, we would have been just finished there had he... had Rally the Peasants, because I think he could have cast it and flashed it back. What the hell is this? Oh, wow. Alright, so he's really just putting us to the sword. And we don't really have much here that can live. I guess I'm going to cast this. Yeah, we're pretty screwed. He's got just a considerable draw for us. And we only have the bolt, so I think I'm just going to leave it up instead of playing the tower. The tower might have been a better option. I'm not entirely sure. So he's going to journey. So if I bolt my own, yeah, that's not going to do it. Capsize may actually help us here with the Mole Drifter, but we're just so far behind on the board. I don't see that being a factor. He's going to take more than half our life total here. Maybe I should have played the tower and tried to get Tron. I think that may have been a mistake, actually. We are behind on time as well, which is just awful. Yeah, I mean, his deck has been running flawlessly this game, so can't really be too upset here. We're at 7, so I think we need to find another Twin Bolt to even survive. So our best bet is probably just playing this guy. And I don't think there's anything we can do at this point. We can gain 2 life with the Ghostly Flicker and block one of the guys if we don't lose it. So we go up to 9 and we basically go down to 1. I'm sure he's got some burn as well. I'm actually going to block a flyer. Yeah, I have to make this play. It's the only way I don't lose to the attack outright, but what's going to happen is he's going to burn me, so that's fine. Yeah, that was really rough game 1. They typically don't just body bag. I mean, again, I have limited experience, so I can't say for sure, but geez. Capsize just screws up my F8. F8, I think, would have got us ahead on time, but having Capsize in hand is just really not the best. Alright, so this is an attrition matchup, and they have a lot of 2-for-1s, a lot of tokens. They have many flyers, which will be a factor in these games. Condescend on the play. I mean, there are some spells we would ideally like to counter. However, Kuldotha Rebirth is a 1-mana spell. Glinthawk is a 1-mana spell. So what I'm saying is they could have a lot of mana left over to stop us. Capsize is nice against Journey to Nowhere, but I'm not sure if it's great otherwise. I'm going to flirt with the idea of taking it out. Could be the case that we'd want to cut a Seagate Oracle or so. The Oracles are really going to help us defend against the ground, though. I think everything else we would want to keep. I think we want Electrickery for his tokens. I think we want Flame Slash for Core Skyfisher. I don't think we want Relic of Progenitus. There is a question of do we want to try and nuke his lands, but I really don't think that's all that worthwhile. They play 8 artifact lands and that's it, so the variance of how effective it is going to be all over the place. So it really comes down to, do I want Hydroblast, Dispel, or Capsize? Or Condescend. And I'm not sure yet. I'm going to take a drink of water. I don't see Capsize being that great, especially when he gets a lot of value from his permanents. So I think I'm going to roll with the Hydroblast, stops Pyroblast, Kuldotha Rebirth, a bunch of burn spells. Not the best card ever. Maybe I should leave in a Condescend. It's a little more of a catch-all. Yeah, you know what? I'll try the Condescend instead. I convinced myself. Trying my best not to just completely vomit all over the microphone. I will have to clear my throat, though, so pardon me in advance here. Okay, so we're going to keep this. We've got 2/3 of Tron. We've got Compulsive Research. We've got Bolt, Early Defense. The Pulse of Murasa makes it a bit weak, but there's a possibility that he's got some land destruction in his hand. So it's not necessarily just a dead draw. So he goes down to 6, and I think he kept on top. You can actually, let's see, we'll just look. Bottom. So he brought in Relic. So we could make the case that bringing in Ancient Grudge is viable, and perhaps we should have done it. He's actually missing a land here, it appears. So we're pretty comfy with that. So we may want to bring in Ancient Grudge now that we see he has Relic. I'm going to go ahead and take Mole Drifter. We're on track to hit our Mole Drifter, so he's going to fall incredibly far behind. It's if you miss 2 land drops against our deck that has all gears running, you're really in for it. Should I leave up Teachings? I don't really see why not. If we play Research this turn, we're going to discard a bunch of cards, so he is going to be able to nab the Teachings. Yeah, that's fine. So if I guess he's going to bounce the Ancient Den. Yeah. So he's going to nab the Teachings, but I think we're actually fine with that. Next turn, we're going to get a Condescend here. Next turn, we're going to Bolt and leave up the Condescend. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, wow. Well, we might do a couple things now. I think I'll still just Bolt and leave up the Condescend. It's a pretty safe play to make. And now that we have 2 blue sources next turn, we can play the Mole Drifter. So he's going to sack that. It's fine with me. So the Relic didn't do very much. The landscape of this game is that he's incredibly far behind. And I think in most games, we can make our opponents pretty far behind just by virtue of having Tron. With an additional factor of him missing all those land drops, it's just even worse. This is a nightmare scenario. I really don't see any way for him to come back. Yep, it's fine with me. I'm just going to keep spamming Mole Drifters. This deck's really good at that. So we'll attack first. This deck's really good at spamming Mole Drifters, spamming Seagate Oracles. It's pretty obnoxious, to be honest. Okay, draw. Should I make another play? I could play Radiant Fountain Star. I could play. I'll just play Star and Swiftwater Cliffs, and I won't crack anything. Another thing I've been noticing is compulsive research. There's often times where I have so many cards in hand that I don't need the researches. So this card's a little better when we're even or behind, it seems, than when we're ahead. It doesn't do so much when we're ahead, but we're ahead, so I guess that's probably not too consequential. I'm actually going to leave the Star uncracked for these pulses here. And he's leaving Battle Screech behind. He's just getting completely mollywopped at this point. So draw 3, okay. Embarrassment of Riches. I will pitch the Radiant Fountain here. And I'll just leave it at that. No need to get ourselves into discard mode. The researches work decently well with Pulse also, because you can obviously discard your land and then Pulse back. So the only thing we really are interested in countering is some sort of token producing effect, because we have the spot removal here for everything else. He's at 10. We're dealing 5 to him next turn, so not a huge deal. Don't think I'm going to do anything here. I'm going to just go for the straight up Flame Slash, and we'll see if he wants to try something there. If he has removal for us, I don't care to counter it. I don't think that's how we lose, or yeah. Basically, we just need to think about how we could possibly lose at this point. And I think one way is getting too overzealous, trying to go for the finish, trying to counter things that don't matter, and then he ends up getting to resolve something that does matter. So I could just pulse the Mole Drifter. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. Hang on, let's crack first. Trying to do this and not completely burn the clock out, but right now that's kind of becoming the case. So grab that Mole Drifter. Just put him in the same spot as He was in last turn. If he Pyroblasts it, that's fine too. Yep, also fine. Sure. And I don't think I need to do anything else this turn, so I'll just wait. Again, I'm only going to counter a Rebirth or a Battle Screech at this point. Yeah, that's fine too. I mean, we don't even have the mana to use Pulse, so... And he's in such a dire position, he may be focused a little bit on trying to crack the Relic early. I'm going to let that happen as well. We're still very far ahead. Again, I don't need to go for the kill right away. Just stay in control. We're ahead on almost every conceivable level, so... so we have 5 points of burn here. I'll go ahead and pitch the land. We also have this map. I'll go ahead and just crack it now. I could get myself a Shimmering Grotto. I think I will. Just in case he has a way to burn Prophetic Prism. Trying to go faster. We are a little behind, but just trying to do what I can do. Mnemonic Wall is not going to get anything done, so I'm just going to pass. He's going to... I got to auto yield to the Relic. It's the only way. And actually, it would be nice if I... it would be nice if I could get a... you know what, it's not even relevant. It's a tangential thought. You guys don't even need to hear my nonsense. Skyfisher, okay. So he's actually dead. I have... Well, actually... Okay, now he's dead. I was going to say I could wall for a bolt, but he's got that Relic there, so... Let's just get him out of here. This game is freaking over. And I'll go ahead and do this. 2. He has no answer. I have Condescend. Been saving it, buddy. So, like I said, I think our path to victory was reasonable. Don't overcorrect and try and stop a Relic or a Pyroblast or a Burn Spell. Just maintain control. And we ended up not even needing to use the Condescend. So he does have Relic. I think on the draw, instead of Condescend, we will try Ancient Grudge. Because Relic does attack our deck. It attacks Mnemonic Wall, it attacks Pulse of Murasa, it attacks Mystical Teachings. Anything we want to target with Mnemonic Wall. So yeah, we'll bring it in there, and we have the opportunity to maybe blow up his only lands or something. Not likely, but possible. Okay. And this hand is okay. It's a little flooded, but it's 2/3 of Tron. I think we should keep it. We have Seagate Oracle to try and set us up. We have the extra draw step. He's actually mulliganed to 5, and hopefully it's a really bad 5 and not a really aggressive 5. He found... Okay, so I'm feeling a lot better now that we also have Divination. He's doing just fine here. Okay, he did not go for it. I'm going to tap out. He may Pyroblast me. And out of these, I guess I'll just take the star. I will be right back, guys. I'm going to grab a mouse pad. BRB. Okay, so I think the 10 seconds I just burned grabbing this mouse pad will actually pay off in the long run. if I can get the mouse to register. There we go. Alright, so I think we just want to leave up teachings for like a bolt or something. Actually, maybe we don't want to leave up teachings. Maybe I want to. Yeah, I already screwed this up. I'm just going to leave up teachings. I screwed this whole line of play up. The relic's going to get our teachings, which sucks. Oh, this mouse pad is making things worse. It's not registering at all. The hell. Okay, anyway. Back to business as usual. I'll just throw the mouse pad away. Try and get things going. You know, his hand is actually pretty good right now. I'm going to have to get a burn spell. It'll be a lightning bolt. And I may even have to play Muldrifter next. He did not burn it. So if I slam Muldrifter and he has Pyroblast, we're pretty far behind. So I'm going to go ahead and crack this first. And now I'm going to get a little cheeky here. And maybe coax him into... Oh, no, nothing. So I'll make blue in case I want to do something here. So I could evoke Muldrifter. I think I'll just pass. And we are way behind on time, so... Okay, so he actually pitched the relic. That's almost better for us. However, our chromatic star is gone. Maybe I should have left that. I didn't actually consider the consequences here. Now he's going Battle Screech on me. Ugh. Wow. How quickly things fall apart. He's still got up that Pyroblast. Incredible. Well, I think I'm still going to go for this. There's not much else to do. Oh, it worked. Lucky me. So I'll go ahead and bolt you. I think he's going to bolt my... And I do have Tron next turn. So I can... Mnemonic Wall, bolt... The only thing that's missing is the star. I probably should not have gotten rid of that star. That was definitely silly. I'm not even sure what I could have played there when I made blue. Kind of a silly play. So there's the late Pyroblast. I can block the Raven Inspector. I take 4. It's all good. Be sure to play Urza's Mine here. That's it for him. Okay. So I really only get Lightning Bolt from that. So why don't we play Oracle first? Maybe I'll find Electrickery or something cool. Or Prophetic Prism would be insane. Yeah, let's do it. So what I'm going to do here is Prism. See what I draw. I'll go ahead and Flame Slash one of these guys. And I'll pass. I'm going to pulse my Muldrifter next. I go up to 22, which is cool. Alright, I'm going to kill one of the... Okay. I thought he was coming in with the Inspectors. I was going to kill one. Sure. Sure. Probably should have drawn one card beforehand. He may have been able to find a Rally the Peasants at that point. Okay. So I think he's tapped out now. Oh, man. I think we're doing fine as far as time's concerned. So there's Electrickery. That's pretty nice. I don't need to cast it right away. There's so many variables going on. I was going to say that turn I played Radiant Fountain, it might have been better for me to have played Urza's. So I can just double blow up a land here. That doesn't seem too good. I don't need to play Wall just yet. I could play it just to have the pulse ready. That's also fine. But then I can't Electrickery and Grudge if I want. Yeah, I'll just pass for now. He's used up 2 Pyroblasts, right? Only 1. Okay, never mind. Blowing up 2 lands. Does that do anything? You know what? I changed my mind, actually. I think I'm going to Grudge him here. No, you know what? I'm going to leave up Electrickery. That's better. If he goes for a rally, I can Electrickery his tokens. Yeah, this Electrickery is nice. We can Electrickery and Wall. We're not really in any danger here as far as I can tell. I think we want to save Ancient Grudge. Alright, we may end up having to double Electrickery, which is actually okay. So long as he does not have Pyroblast. Molten Rain, that's also fine. Alright, so we're going to wreck him here. His whole board's going to go away. I'll go ahead and not block. Okay, well in this case I will block. Alright, we have a oh shoot, he has Prophetic Prisms. So if I blow up both Prophetic Prisms, we also ensure that we can Mnemonic Wall this turn. Next turn. I think that's actually pretty critical here. Even though it's kind of a waste of a card, and he doesn't seem to have a response here. I want to make sure he absolutely cannot do this to me. So, yeah, let's just make the play here. Overload. And another. Overload. Oh, he concedes the match! We just wrathed his board. We wrathed him into retirement. So like I said, I think for the most part, that matchup should work well for us. If he gets this really aggressive, token-heavy draws, then we might have a problem. But we had so many options there. The Ancient Grudge play, in case it wasn't entirely clear, I wanted to make sure there was absolutely no chance of him casting Pyroblast to stop my Mnemonic Wall. I felt like that was the main way that he would beat me, and the main way for me to beat him would be to wrath his entire board. All that build-up that he had worked those many, many turns to accumulate, I wanted to cut that all down and still have a board left at the end of the day. So, you know, maybe you think a different line of play would have been better there. I definitely made some mistakes in that match, but I hope it was enjoyable to watch. Thank you guys very much.